Hello, I'm your host there, Richard Rivers, and I just wanted to show you the horrific, unsightly 16-year-old plastic headlamp cover on the G35. Most of these are, if it's plastic, you can work on them. But the first thing you're going to want to do is carefully tape around the headlamp cover so that you don't get dust and dirt on or scratch the paint surface. Now I got 400. And because I didn't have the 600 that I really wanted, or the 500 at the department store. So then I also got 1,000 wet and then 2,000 wet to finish it off. There we go. I did this one already. I'll give you an idea of how I did that. You can see that's already used. Well, first thing you want to do is start off just going around in circles. This is the 400 right here. I'm sorry, just going around in circles, just like that. I did it for probably about, I don't know, 5 minutes, but I do tend to overdo things, so that can happen, okay? So just go around and do that. And when you're done with the whole thing in circles, you're gonna wanna cut across like this, just one time, a couple times anyway. Straight across, straight across, straight across. Because when you end up putting your clear coat on, then you don't want it to drip down onto your body. I'm gonna pause it here. Okay, so now I'm going to rub off the loose stuff, just like that. Just rub off the loose stuff. This is after the 400 grit, and then you'll want to take a window cleaner, and then go ahead and spray it on here, and wipe that off so you can begin to see some magical result. All right, and that's just 400 there. I don't expect much, but you do expect a little something here and there. So let's see what we got so far. Okay, I'm happy with that. Not much dirt on the rag. And now remember, we're going to 1,000 and 2,000. So let's take a look at that. That's on 400. And here's what you started off with. And it is horrific. So you can wipe on it, you can do whatever you want to it. It barely does a thing. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do the full job, okay? So we'll go back to pause, and I'll get started on the next project of this chore, going to 1,000 wet. Okay, I'm back. Next step. This is an old glass cleaner. It's empty. I filled it up with hot water because it's kind of cold out today. So it's actually chilly. So I filled it up with hot water because I'm going to wet sand. After the 400, I'm wet sanding this surface with 1,000. Here's 1,000 here, okay? So I'll get going on that, and I'll tell you the results here in a minute. Okay, if you do have the patience, I've already wetted it. It's very simple to do. Take your wetter and wet it like that. Get that nice and wet. And all you're really doing is, with moderate pressure, no heavy pressure, just going around in circles, just like that, okay? If you can stand it, do it for about 5 minutes. So put a timer on and do it for about 5 minutes, depending on your level of patience. So I'm gonna keep going here for a few more minutes. I'll be right back. Thinking I may have to cut a little bit deeper with the 600. Yeah, take a little more time on that. The 400, I'm sorry. Take a little bit more time on that because I think going from the 400, very, very little time, to going straight up to the 1,000, there's a lot of in between there. So what I'll end up doing over here is going 400 for about 8 to 9 minutes, and then going to the 1,000. I only did a few minutes over here. So far on the 1,000, I've been working away at this for probably 10 minutes. I'm damn near done here. I think I'm just gonna give it another 2-minute pass or so with the 1,000, then go on to the 2,000. That's what it looks like right now. I guess when you put the clear coat on, it just becomes magical and clears up beautifully. But we still have the 2,000 go, And this one, we haven't done anything to it other than clean it with Windex. Just wanted to see, so you could see a little bit of a difference here. And you might say, well, it doesn't look like there's much of a difference. You'd be surprised. I don't know if it doesn't really show up on camera, but we got a little more to go. Still working. Okay, again, this is what we got so far with the 400. And it's hazy, but from what I understand, when you put the clear coat on there, it's going to be like a beautiful crystal clear image. But I'm going to continue with the one more round of 1,000, then I'm going to go to 2,000. When I get over here to this one, I'm going to use the 600 for a little bit longer period of time. I believe I didn't do it long enough, so I didn't dig deep enough. So that's the end of part 1. Hope you all have a nice, awesome day, and I'll be back with part 2.